Hello YouTube, it's Craig, certified technician here at ApplianceVideo.com. And take a look at this bad boy. This microwave is built by Whirlpool, and it might look familiar because maybe you have it inside your kitchen. Well, good news is, today I'm going to show you how to run through the diagnostic mode and check out all that cool stuff this microwave has to offer. But before we get too far, make sure you like, subscribe, and without further ado, let's jump right in. To activate diagnostics, it's actually pretty simple. What you want to do is open and close the microwave door, and then you'll want to hit cancel, cancel, start. If you have successfully entered diagnostics, the computer screen is going to go all crazy and it's going to all illuminate. But what you want to see is good on the top left-hand corner. See, when this microwave goes into diagnostics, the first thing it's going to do is show if you have any fault codes. And on the top left, you'll see this one shows good. But if there was a fault code, this is the time that it would be displayed. Now, before we go into the fault codes, let's go ahead and open and close the door so that the unit goes into the proper tech mode. You'll see when you open and close the door that the good indicator is going to turn off. Now we can start pressing keys to test out different functions. Some keys on this microwave will actually activate a load, while others will just pop up with maybe a key number on the screen. I'm going to give you an example. If we were to hit the light key, nothing's going to happen, but you'll see on the screen it's going to show key 30, just indicating that that button is working correctly. But if you were to go all the way down and press the grill key, you'll notice the indicator is going to show grill. Once you hit this, this is going to test out the grill portion heater on this unit. In order to stop the test though, what you want to do is open and close the door, because if you press the grill key again, nothing's going to happen. So again, open, close the door, it'll go back to the previous state on the UI and you can advance further through your cycles. The different tests that we can do would be, maybe we want to press the Keep Warm button. The Keep Warm is going to show the NTC ambient temperature check, and it should rate anywhere from 0000 to 0120 and beep one time. Once again, open and close the door in order to go to the next section. We can do the cook/reheat portion. This is a humidity sensor check. We could do the time and power button. Now, the time and power button is a failure history check. There are two different things you can find on this unit. You can either find failures, which would indicate a problem with the board, or faults, which would indicate a problem somewhere else inside the system. Now, it is important to note that when you do hit the time button, if there is no error codes inside the system, it'll simply show good on the display. Open and close the door to advance to the next step. The next error code portion we can go into is going to be the faults. In order to go through this, you'll want to hit the settings key. Now again, if there are no faults inside the system, it's going to show good on the display. But let's go through a couple of those faults and error codes that you may find inside when you go through this test. The three failures you may find inside the system, which would indicate problems with the control board, would be an F1E4 for a microwave ACU failure, an F2E1 for a stuck key failure, or you may have an F4E1 for cavity temperature sensor failure. Majority of these error codes right here are going to indicate a problem with the main control or the UI. If you do have a failure inside the system, that's the direction I would be going first. And of course, that brings us to the three faults you may find inside the system, which would be an F4E4 for a humidity sensor error, a F4E9 for a popcorn error, or an F8E5 for an exhaust template deflector failure. The two F4 error codes that you may find are usually a problem with the humidity sensor that works with the sensor cook. But the other error code that I gave you for the exhaust is typically a problem if an installer has installed it improperly and did not switch the template around based on how your house has it to be set up. So let's say you've gotten to the end of the error codes now. What I want you to do, open, close the door, and then I want you to hit the timer button. The timer button is going to erase all the old service history. Whenever you do go through the error codes and replace the component, make sure you go ahead and erase those error codes so that no other technician in the future gets confused. Of course, once you have hit that, it's going to show good on the screen, indicating that all the error codes have been erased. The next portions in diagnostics that we are going to go through, what you want to do is hit the numbered keys on the display. So, number 1 would be a cavity light on, number 2 would be a cavity light and turntable on. But number 3 is going to be microwave relays. This is going to turn on a turbo mode on your microwave. It's going to turn on all of the relays and run at about 1200 watts. if you're running this test, make sure you have something inside your microwave. You do not want to run it with an empty cabinet. Of course, when you press this on the screen, it's going to show MW Turbo. Once you're done with it, go ahead and open and close the door, and let's move on to the next step. Pressing 4 or 5 will show either key 34 or 35 and do not operate a load. But if we hit key 6, this is going to turn on the hood light relay, and then on the display it should show the hood light high. Open and close the door, we hit key 7, this is going to show the hood light low, indicating that the hood light relay is on the low power. Moving forward, we have numbers 8 and 9, which would be the vent fan relays, number 8 being a high speed, and number 9 being a low speed, and it will indicate it on the UI. And then finally getting to the test 0. 0 again is a microwave option. This is going to turn on all the functions and the heat relays. You'll want to make sure that you have something inside your microwave so that it does not damage the unit. Now this is going to be a lower test and run right around about 1,000 watts. It'll just show microwave on the screen, or MW, and once you're done with it, once again, open and close the door. Now this is going to end the technician mode on this unit. To exit it, you'll simply want to press the cancel button on the screen. Everyone, I hope this video was helpful. If you do need a copy of the tech manual, you can obtain it by either going to the manufacturer's website or posting it in the repair help section on ApplianceVideo.com. Of course, YouTube, this is going to wrap it up. Make sure you like, subscribe if you found it helpful, and as always, I'll see you next time.